Morning world, it's Wednesday the 27th of April 2016, it's about 10:30 in the morning UK time. Spot check on where we are. There's Sun and Mercury in Taurus, Jupiter and the North Node in Virgo, Pluto in Capricorn. 5 planets in Earth signs. There's Venus and Uranus in Aries, Mars and Saturn in Sagittarius. The majority of the planets in the sky are in fire and earth signs as I speak. The moon's in Capricorn as well. 6 planets in earth, 4 in fire. When you put fire and earth together, you get lava. Lava doesn't move fast, but nothing stops it. It burns through everything, including solid steel. So it gives the impression that at this time, right now, today, tomorrow, there's a kind of rugged determination around where things will persevere and will work through. And it's an energy that says, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm not going to do it fast, I'm going to do it slow, but I'm also going to do it properly or not at all. I also find it interesting that there is no planets in air. The remaining planets that aren't in fire or earth are in water signs. Neptune in Pisces, for example. There's no sign of any air energy around, so communication is not really a strong point at the moment. There doesn't appear to be a lot of networking, socialising, travelling, communicating or anything like that. It does seem as if the world's in a much more resilient, determined, resolved perspective rather than interactive and communicative. Add of course to this that in something like 30 hours from now, Mercury will be going retrograde. I've focused long and hard on the different part of Taurus that Mercury is going to be going retrograde in, but it occurs to me, what if you're born on a Mercury retrograde? Now, as many of you know, I'm writing my next book on Mercury. It'll be the 3rd book I've written. And I'm getting to the point where I'm writing a lot on Mercury retrograde, particularly on Mercury retrograde through the individual houses. And during the Mercury retrograde, I will do a set of videos on what it means to have Mercury retrograde, both in your natal horoscope in each of the individual houses and by transit in each of the individual houses. So watch out for that. It's coming up over the coming 2 or 3 weeks. But what does it mean to have a Mercury retrograde in your horoscope? Well, it means that your communication isn't so externalised as other people's. It means that if you've got Mercury retrograde, that when words happen, when people talk to you, when you read, when you speak on the telephone or anything like that, the information that you receive comes in. But whereas with many people, or most people, it comes in, is processed and then acted upon, if you're born with a Mercury retrograde, the information comes in, goes through various filters, is assimilated, integrated, and then some type of plan is composed for a response. It is not something that happens spontaneously, it is considered, a considered form of mental, verbal or mobile reaction. If you're born with a Mercury retrograde, obviously depending on the aspects that Mercury makes in your horoscope, you're never going to be the most spontaneous person on the block. You will always be seen as much deeper, much more considered in your communication. Also, with the advent of Mercury retrograde tomorrow night, the 28th, we will enter a 7, 8, 9 day period where there will be 5 planets retrograde. The majority of planets in the sky will be retrograde. The only planets that won't be moving backwards will be Venus, Uranus and Neptune. The rest will be going backwards, at least from our geocentric perspective. So again, this is not a time for action, decision or spontaneity. This is a time for measured and considered thought and then action based on methodical plan. If the world were my client and all the people were one and the planet was coming to me for a reading at this time, I'd be saying, well, look, don't take any new sudden actions. Think things through. Take things slowly and gradually and consider your options. Now is a time for thinking, feeling and considering, as much as, if not more than, doing. Take your time. Catch you later. Bye.